Good day! Now we are going to discuss about writing the position paper. Position paper. Position paper is devoted to a discussion of one side of an issue. Typically, a position paper is written after reading about and discussing a particular issue. While other essays are devoted to presenting information, the position paper tackles one significant issue of a community on which the paper takes a stand. Like a debate, a position paper presents one side of an arguable opinion about an issue. The goal of a position paper is to convince the audience that your opinion is valid and defensible. Ideas that you are considering need to be carefully examined in choosing a topic, developing your argument, and organizing your paper. It is very important to ensure that you are addressing all sides of the issue and presenting it in a manner that is easy for your audience to understand. What makes the position paper challenging is that since the work aims at convincing readers to take the author's position, credible evidence needs to be presented. Your job is to take one side of the argument and persuade your audience that you have well-founded knowledge of the topic being presented. It is important to support your argument with evidence to ensure the validity of your claims, as well as to refute the counterclaims to show that you are well informed about both sides. Issue of the position paper. This is similar to the topic sentence, and it is the central concept for the contention. Specifically, an issue would have supporters for both negative and positive sides, and the author chooses one for the position paper. Once your topic is selected, you should do some research on the subject matter. While you may have already an opinion on your topic and an idea about which side of the argument you want to take, you need to ensure that your position is well supported. Listing the pros and cons sides of the topic will help you examine your ability to support your counterclaims along with a list of supporting evidence for both sides. For example, the topic is about dress code, and the issue here is about implementing a dress code in school. The topic is broad and can be explored from different perspectives. But the issue, it compels the reader to take a stand. Issue, this is developed into an argumentative thesis that states the stand of the author on the issue. For example, the establishment of condominiums near universities should be prohibited because of the risk it poses to public safety and the environment. Next, we have claims. These are statements that support the author's stand. In the previous example, the author cites risks to public safety and the environment as points that strengthen his or her stand. Evidence. These are proofs to strengthen the author's claims. Once you have determined that your position is supportable and the opposite position is, in your own opinion, it is weaker than your own, you are ready to branch out now with your research. And you need to collect a variety of sources from the following. First, evidence from surveys, library research and experiments. Next, evidence from informant interviews. These people are those who have direct experience related to the problem or issue. And evidence from expert interviews. We also have the four essential parts of a position paper. Introduction, summary of counterclaims, arguments, and conclusion. Introduction contains the background information concerning the issue: the who, what, where, when, and why. A yes or no question containing the issue, and the argumentative thesis. Introduction identifies the issue that will be discussed, and it states the author's position on that issue. For the background information, we have this example. Taft Avenue is a very busy part of Metro Manila. Because of the fast-paced living in that area, it is possible that condominium living has been the trend for many due to the convenience it provides to inhabitants in going to business and education districts such as Manila, Quezon City, and Makati. The increase in condominiums around the area could also be a result of the density of people, predominantly students, given that De La Salle University, one of the country's top universities, is located along Taft Avenue. It is probable that most of these students would prefer condominium living rather than traveling from home to school and vice versa, which, for the case of some, can be costly. In addition, not only students, but also other individuals might consider it favorable to live in an area where everything they could possibly need is easily accessible. With the given example, what is the topic of the paragraph? The topic of the paragraph is about condominium units. Now, why are condominium units built in the area? It says there that the university and the workplace of some individuals is located along the Taft Avenue, and going home back and forth will be costly. That's why a condominium unit would be very beneficial for them. For the yes or no question, this is the issue posed as an interrogative statement, and this allows readers to see both sides of the issue. Yes or no question also allows you to weigh the evidence to support your claims for your essay. For example, is the establishment of condominium along Taft Avenue considered detrimental or beneficial? For the argumentative thesis, this is the sentence that takes a stand on the issue and includes the claims to support your stand. For example, the establishment of condominium along busy areas of the city like Taft Avenue is beneficial to many in terms of convenience and comfort. For the summary of the counterclaims, this will constitute the second paragraph of your position paper, and it is devoted to an enumeration of arguments opposing a stand. This is a unique feature of argumentations as it highlights the author's opposite claims. Remember, in your introduction, in your argumentative thesis, as the writer of the position paper, you agree that condominium unit is beneficial to many. So now, in the summary of counterclaims, you will now present the opposing side of the issue. If you agree to the establishment of the condominium unit, what are the reasons of those people who disagree to the establishment of that condominium unit? For example, opposing parties might say that the establishment of condominiums pose more disadvantages than benefits. Some may argue that condominium living is not an ideal way of living and that people prefer something more quiet, peaceful. As Cordes 2007 puts it, communal living is not always desirable for some people, and the noise level generated by living in close proximity to others can influence some buyers. Some say that condominium living is not ideal for growing families. Regarding health concerns, research done by Harrison indicates that the city is the most polluted area with several factors contributing to this pollution: noise pollution, tobacco smoke, vehicle emissions, acid rain, industrial runoff, sewage disposal, domestic waste, herbicides, and pesticides. Most of the time, environmental standards in the city are horribly low and health risk higher. So in this paragraph, the counterclaims were stated. These are the reason of the opposing parties why do they disagree to the establishment of condominium units. And now for the last part, we have the conclusion. Conclusions contains a restatement of your thesis and summarizes your main claims. Similar to the introduction, the conclusion holds a powerful position as it contains the thesis statement and gives the readers a strong sense of the author's position. Example: while there are some disadvantages, the benefits of condominium living outweigh the alternatives. Modern society involves city living, for which condominiums provide an opportunity. Not only does condominium living provide the convenience and comfort that most people want in their lifestyle, but it seems perfect for those who prefer things cheaper and hassle-free. In that paragraph, we are able to determine which side does the author take a stand. We are able to figure out whether the author agree on the establishment of condominium or not. So remember, in the introduction, the author of the position paper says that condominium living is beneficial to many. And now, in the author's conclusion, the author strengthened that he or she really agree that condominium units should be established along Taft Avenue because it poses more benefits than disadvantages. So thank you for listening to the presentation. And that's the end of our presentation regarding the lesson about writing the position paper. Goodbye and have a great day.